Hello everyone, Travis is here. Let me get this mic back in the yellow. Sorry about that. I don't know how loud that was. I apologize. My other mic is giving me trouble. My nicer one, so I'm sorry that for an episode we're doing a lower quality mic. I already cheated ahead in this VOD review a little bit, but I stopped to decipher some frame data. I learned the difference between all the air dodging between all the Smash games. I'll give you a little rundown. So in Brawl, I know in Brawl there's not that much lag in the air, but there's a lot of lag there's like barely any lag on the ground, and there's just a little bit of lag in the air. Smash 4 shaved off a lot of lag in the air. I knew that both Smash 4 and Brawl had less lag in the air than in Ultimate, but Smash 4 has a lot of lag on the when you land with an air dodge. But in Ultimate's kind of like in between Smash 4 and Brawl on the ground, but Smash 4 is in between Ultimate and Brawl in the air. So that was all interesting to look at. I realized that an air dodge in the air in Smash 4 only has around 4 to 5 frames of vulnerability at the end, not including that the opponent only has a frame 1 option afterwards or whatever, or that they don't have any frame 1 options. But I did not realize air dodges in the air were that good in Smash 4. I didn't realize they were better than in Brawl 2. That explains why the last Yoshi we watched couldn't do a landing aerial or anything before going onto the ground when they did a short hop and air dodge. I did not realize that. But anyway, we're going to watch Seth the Yoshi. Does an egg at the start, but does it under the platform and goes over the platform with it. I think I did sneak peek game 1 a little bit, but I didn't watch it in VOD review mode, but I did see him go under a platform and then up B to go back onto the platform. I don't see Yoshis do that very often in Ultimate. I don't know if you can do that in Ultimate. I guess I haven't tried it, but I might mess around with stuff like that and just theory craft it. A little empty hop, kind of jumping stationary up, but then drifting in, and then going with a jab. I think a lot of people are going to play around. I think that's something I noticed recently. So, to update on my Yoshi journey, which actually may be ending soon, I realize that there's 2 important tournaments coming up. I realize it's kind of hard to balance practicing my main and practicing Yoshi. I kind of have to pick one, I feel. But my Yoshi's been struggling a little bit. I'm not as good with him as I feel like I should be, especially for all these VOD reviews I'm doing. But he did get a notch up recently, and I think the biggest thing that contributed to that was me doing more tomahawk F tilts. F tilt's better in Ultimate than in Smash 4, so that's why you're seeing jab here instead of F tilt. Although I'm sure tomahawk jab's good too, for different reasons. But yeah, I just feel I think most people are playing around jump in aerial from Yoshi all the time. So adding a slight delay to it is going to boost it quite a bit. I'm pretty sure Mario was Mario was shielding, and he timed his shield. I think even trying to get a perfect shield on a landing Yoshi aerial. But because Yoshi adds a delay, it's going to eat through that shield. Or not eat through it, but it's going to hit him on shield release and get a little jab to start the game. So I could see tomahawks being pretty important for Yoshi. And it looks like that combo's going to grab. I don't know if that combo's going to grab in Ultimate. Down throw into up air. I don't think that's true either. I could be wrong though. He drifts it to the right because he knows that if he didn't drift it to the right, it would be unsafe. But now he's in a situation where they're both landing, and he's trying to play the situation. If Mario tried landing on the platform, he would have gotten forward aired most likely, but Mario is smart and drifted to the left. Mario tries to whiff punish the forward air, but Yoshi's able to get shield out just in time. Tries nairing, but definitely maybe not the best nair in the world, but it's okay. Jumps on the platform, nair dodges, and then egg lays. He actually did like two things that would have covered. There's like a small window of vulnerability right here, I guess. But like if Mario tried challenging him up here, the air dodge would have just phased through it. And then down here, the egg lay basically would prevent Mario from challenging him horizontally upon landing. He drifts back and tries to go in with the forward air. But unfortunately, Mario's going to stuff it out, kind of intercept it. Get a little combo, but the nair comes out. Yoshi's nair is a very strong combo breaker. It still is, but I feel like in Smash 4, like the way the game works, is like it catches people off guard more. Tech chases with that forward air. I do think that's kind of an ill-advised tech roll in. Makes a jump read and fades it back. Just like in Brawl, I saw that happen in Brawl 2, just with back air instead of forward air. Maybe it still happens with back air in this game, I don't know. I do think that's something I should add more. Especially because Yoshi can fade back so far, so it's honestly, you could make a jump read, but it's like low-key safe because you just fade it back. Down tilted cover, which happens in Ultimate all the time. There's the nair dodge, but Tomahawk's out of it. I can maybe nair dodge to the ground out of a jump with some mix-up drift, and then do a Tomahawk option afterwards. But there's going to be a bit more lag, which I know, but like, he didn't land with the air dodge in this game. He just he did the air dodge above the ground, and then landed a bit after the air dodge ended. But if I landed with an air dodge in Ultimate, it would have like 10 frames of lag. Tries covering the jump in. Covering jump in is usually important because it's usually the opponent's only option to get back onto stage. And if they don't jump in, they're just going to grab ledge anyway, and you're going to still be in a position to ledge trap them after whiffing the jump read. So going for a jump read and just covering jump ins most of the time is just generally a good concept to do. I think Yoshi is going to try to frame trap here. He even drifted back. But this is actually when I looked up the air dodge frame data, because this is absurd. You can never do anything like this in Ultimate. Mario gets a little up B. Yoshi's gonna do a little egg. Was egg better in Smash 4? I feel like these angles are kind of like crazier. Tries to do some crazy shield pressure, but the nair is gonna end up being unsafe on shield. Tries to get in something crazy there, but Mario's up B is gonna barely beat that out. I think Yoshi had some crazy jab 1 mix-ups in Smash 4 if I recall. I don't know the details on how they work. Ooh, the gold plating on Yoshi's shoes too. That is such a better skin than the Yarn Yoshi. But I think universally in Smash 4, there's more like jab 1 mix-ups. In Ultimate, Yoshi has some jab 1 things, I think. And maybe you can even try to do something like this every now and then. I think he's actually one of the few characters that still retains some jab 1 mix-ups. But they're definitely nerfed from Smash 4. But I don't know the full details. But it gets a reversal, because the up air was not safe on hit. Combos that into nair. You know, just a little note. Yoshi's combo game in Smash 4 is definitely not as good as it was in Ultimate. I think he had some niche, like, good combos that were, like, really hard or worked in niche situations, but his general combo game was much worse. Which is why you're probably not seeing some, like, up tilt into instant double jump option or something. Ooh, reads a jump in. I'm a little surprised. No offense. I mean this sincerely. I know Dan is better than I don't know if he plays Ultimate, but his Smash 4 skill is higher than my Ultimate skill, I know. But from someone who is considered a high-level player, I'm a little surprised to see this many jump-ins from a high-level player. Because jump-in is like kind of the scrubby option. Maybe it's better in Smash 4, but even Smash 4, I remember that kind of being the scrubby option. Ooh, perfect pivot jab. Oh, that looks kind of sick. That's the classic. That happens to me. You see someone on the respawn, it's just so tempting to run from one side to the other to kind of cross them up. But it doesn't work as much as you think it does. It's actually kind of a bad habit. It can mix up some people, but it is going to get Mario a big combo. And it's on Battlefield, but Yoshi could double jump out. A little air dodge. These air dodges in the air are much better than they are in ultimate. Gonna get the up tilt. If I recall correctly in Smash 4, up tilt hits way better in front, but not as good as in behind, which is probably how it should work, to be honest with you. But just a little note. At least I recall that being the case. I guess I haven't checked it out in a while. But look, he gets the up tilt, comes into an up air, and he does not get a true combo afterwards. The combo ends. Maybe Yoshi had a better combo there. That maybe Seth is like the fundamental Yoshi that doesn't have an optimized combo game. I don't know. But Yoshi's combo game is definitely better in Ultimate. In Ultimate, you'd be seeing like 2 up tilts into like some instant double jump, like 80% combo. But he likes to do these up airs, drift them back, and then do that forward air that's going to cover everything except probably a double jump. But Mario does combo break out of it. Drift back, walling forward air. That nair probably was meant as an interception if Mario tried taking space there. Almost gets punished, but Yoshi's just going to barely be out of the way. He's going to cover himself with the forward air. Random egg. Oh, egg straight up in neutral. What the hell? It kind of worked, but that's definitely intriguing. He's like, oh, Mario's landing. He doesn't know what's going on. That was like a weird situation. Now Dash Attack's probably going to catch him off guard here. Goes for the forward air, but Mario's going to be able to air dodge. But that should be a frame trap, because remember, air dodging to the ground has much more lag in Smash 4. Goes for the jump read again. Tries a 2-frame with down tilt, but Mario has a little hitbox with his up B. You want to be careful with that sometimes. Goes for the egg lay while landing, which is a strong option. I see that in Ultimate too. And honestly, sometimes you don't even have to B reverse it. You just like kind of just drift in with it. You know, if someone tries to like it's very common for someone to be like, oh, you're landing, I'm just going to run under you, or I'm going to run at you and hit you horizontally, or from right below or something, or I'm going to dash and shield to catch your, or dash and flicker shield or whatever. And egg lay beats a lot of those options. Reads the jump out of the egg with the forward air. It seems like Yoshi's forward air might be better in Smash 4. He's using forward air a lot more, but back air a lot less in comparison to Ultimate. Ooh, he tries to land and then hit the... Oh, it actually works. I thought that Mario's F Smash was going to win out. Oh my god. I know it worked, but it feels so scrubby. I'm a little surprised it's working half the time. Oh, landing on the top platform. Walls out while going to the side of the left platform. Maybe not intending to, maybe meaning to go past it. Ooh, the nair dodge into the nair. That's when we saw that. Ooh, drift back. It's like some drift mix up into a landing area or a tomahawk option or an egg lay or whatever. Down tilt to cover in case Mario tried to punish right afterwards. And then he tries that same nair again. It almost feels like I went back in time. He does a full hop with it, which probably makes it harder to punish, to be fair. So it's actually not the worst thing in the world that he does a full hop. I think full hop would maybe reduce the combo potential, though. And then egg lay on the way down. And then egg. I'm pretty sure he did the same thing last time, too. I could be remembering wrong. Tries the down tilt again, but Mario's F tilt's going to outframe it. Nair dodge to the platform and nair on the way down, which might have intercepted Mario trying to punish. He knows that Mario's going to try to punish that, so a shield's going to come out. Ooh, just going back to center stage with a hitbox to protect himself in case Mario tries to chase. And now he's going to... Ooh! Mario's Death Smash can be some strategies like that. He goes for the nair dodge, and he even goes for the nair to kind of play neutral. Honestly, you probably would have wanted to space this at burst range instead of like kind of slightly inside burst range, because then he wouldn't have gotten hit by this F smash. Forward air to cancel hit stun. A little egg. I feel like that those angles are like better. There's a back air. I don't know what that back air accomplished, to be honest. Maybe there's something, I don't know. Maybe there's like some momentum shift thing that I don't know about. Nair dodge from ledge. Was that a... No. He just did double jump. Yeah, so nair dodge, jump from ledge seems pretty strong. And then he can double jump from there. And now he can do landing mix-ups. He knows Mario is going to try to wall here. So he goes in with a forwarder to intercept. Oh, there's a down air. Honestly, this is kind of funny. There's like one of the weird things. So in this situation, he down airs. If Mario tried being like really aggressive, the down air basically would have walled out. It's like a constant lingering hitbox where Mario probably would want to go to be a more aggressive juggling. I think it can lose to certain like more passive juggles though. So I think it's like low-key an overrated option, but it still can work. But it's kind of funny to me. I feel like this down air disadvantage is honestly one of the most universal things I've seen across all the Smash games. I'm pretty sure I've seen Karaba, Amsa, maybe Poltergust, Yoshidora, and Seth do these down airs to linger in disadvantage. It was actually kind of funny that I've seen like all of them do it. You want to think this is like the most universal Yoshi Smash skill, but it seems like it is. You can go to any Smash game and know that you can Yoshi down air in disadvantage to like kind of wall people out. But it does lose some more passiveness. Mario almost gets the punish, but misjudges how fast Yoshi's gonna fall. Does he delay the fast fall? Is that why that happened? No, he fast falled at the beginning. Mario just was too slow. And then he double jumps right before landing, which is tricky. And it almost goes to the top platform. Maybe even tries fainting going to the top platform, but backs up at the last second. No, he's drifting. Mario does some spot dodge mix-up, which might have worked if Yoshi did an aerial. Like, he might have barely dodged an aerial and then had the frames to punish. Yoshi's like, I'm getting out of this situation. I'm rolling. Mario goes for an up smash, which would have intercepted, but Yoshi plays more passive, which beats it. Goes for the egg lay. Honestly, I could go for more, like, tomahawk egg lays outside of, like, B-reversing. Goes for the egg. Ooh. Oh, that's what the spot dodge is for. The spot dodge counterplays the egg lay. Would that be a thing in Ultimate 2? Is that like a Yoshi, like a secret niche, like going in the past, getting into the like the hidden files? I mean, I don't know if oh, I'll look at the frame data in my old time. If you guys want to see the frame data, you guys can also just look it up. Crow got a hammer for Smash 4 and Ultimate frame data for Ultimate. I don't know if the egg lay frame data is any different in between games. But maybe like some secret hidden scrolls from like 10 years ago matchup counterplay is to run up spot dodge Yoshi's like egg lays at disadvantage or like when he's in the corner. Maybe. And maybe it covers other things that you can do too. Loki, I'm going to the local today, funny enough, and I'm fighting Choker Croc probably. Maybe I'll try whipping up a run-up spot dodge and seeing if that does anything. But reversals with down smash. Double jumps to ledge. Good positioning. I don't know if Yoshi has any of the, like... Remember, you can't directional air dodge in Smash 4, so he kind of had to double jump to ledge. He can maybe double jump, like, up here and then drift it a little bit, kind of like how Falcon drifts his uppy up here and then drifts to ledge. But that's kind of it. That's where the mix-up ends. I guess he can do another egg, too, so it's kind of a RPS if you think about it. Which, honestly, you need to boil down more scenarios in Smash to RPS and, like, play them. I feel like sometimes you can, like, really do a lot better even against top-level players if you just are aware of all the RPSs. But I don't know if they'll, like, little ground pound to grab ledge from below ledge strategies in Smash 4 or not, because I'm pretty sure Mario could have just two-framed. It tries doing so double jump forward mix up, and then eggs to ledge again. You could probably do that in Ultimate 2, but there is no regrab invincibility in Smash 4. That's where that ended. Does two eggs. Double jumps, kind of does what I said earlier. Oh, the linger from the dash attack. I don't know how rewarding that was, though. Double jump, Yoshi's landing, going onto the platform. He's able to drift back, tries forward airing to reversal. Forward air does look a little bit bigger in Smash 4. I do like the jump backwards in the corner. We've talked about why that's a good option. And then air dodges. Tries to be reverse egg lay, which I could see being kind of a mix-up after a full drift air dodge in. That would have covered Mario trying to cover or trying to dash shield or whatever. But, ooh, reading the roll. It's actually interesting. He only rolled one interaction, but Mario read it. But he was jumping backwards a lot, and that up smash might have just covered the multiple things. He loves tomahawk jab. Ooh, he's doing a lot of like just tomahawk egg lays. I could see that being a strong option, honestly. I feel like I saw Pharaoh make a video kind of talking about it. But a lot of us Yoshi mains, I think, are just like obsessed with like the B reverse egg lay. But like low key, just doing like your normal game plan and then just egg laying instead of doing the aerial can be like really strong. And honestly, I mean, maybe it's safer in Smash 4, but maybe, I don't know. Forward air to wall out here. Low backflip, tomahawk egg lay. I will say, I can maybe... I know this is a much better Yoshi than me, even if it's from a different game. But I could maybe just... I would maybe recommend just a few more empty hops. If like this Yoshi like feels like he has to do something, even if it's a tomahawk option, which tomahawk options are great mix-ups. But I feel like I see an option come out after every jump, no matter what. But anyway, combos with the hits with the nair, reads the jump in, but Mario doesn't drift in, so he doesn't get hit by it, but he still has to grab ledge. Tries to frame with a forward air, seems like that's universal across Ultimate and Smash 4, but Mario's up, he's gonna stuff it out again. Ooh, that was some mix-up right there, damn. So in Smash 4, doing this like little turnaround and then canceling that turnaround into another dash was kind of a cool little mix-up characters could do. And you can still do it in Ultimate, but I feel like most characters are worse at it in Ultimate. I think. Or it's just not as relevant when you, when every character has better dash framed in and foxtrot framed in and whatever. Like every character has better ground movement inherently, so techniques like this aren't as useful, but the slight delay added actually almost allowed that to work. But Mario's able to spot dodge just in the nick of time. Yoshi goes to the platform. He knows Mario's going to try to do something, so he shields. This actually is a thing in Ultimate 2. Mario can nair after that down air. Catches Yoshi off guard. Get up attack, but the dash shield beats the get up attack, which actually is good to know. Sometimes I struggle with get up attack, but I guess, yeah, you can just dash shield it. Yoshi's going to throw out a little egg, grab ledge. That jump nair dodge does seem like a very strong option. If any character is trying to do any close range ledge trap, that nair dodge just completely bypasses it. And then the egg lay can really catch people off guard. Does the nair, full hops it. I can see that full hop nair being good in Ultimate too, because you like, a lot of people will pop out of egg vertically, and that full hop nair kind of sets you up to be able to do something about it, but still land to cover something else. I think he actually reads it. That was lucky as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. But I think he reads the roll or dash back with the dash attack. Roll. Oh, he does do some empty hops, just not at burst range. But these egg lays are really having some success. Ooh, tries using the egg to cover afterwards. I think I saw in another game, I don't remember if it was an Ultimate VOD or another Smash game VOD, but Yoshi used egg to try to punish egg lay, and I was like, that might be a good option. Ooh, the tomahawk up smash. That's kind of crazy. Ooh, jab into nair. I don't know if that's a thing in Ultimate or not. Might have to test it out. Oh, that almost worked. I'm actually a little surprised it didn't. But throws egg. Almost gets the punish on the air dodge. Tries the 2-frame again. He seems to perceive that to be worth it even with Mario beating it out sometimes. A little empty hop. Basically just a reactionary position at ledge. I think he just reacts to the roll in and then nairs it. Throws out the egg, and Mario tries to... Actually, that egg seems strong in certain like situations like that, because Mario's like, oh, I have to adjust my drift to avoid this egg, and that leaves him open to this up smash. Oh, a little perfect pivot afterwards. I feel like I didn't go over as many like high-level concepts in this VOD, which I apologize for. But I did actually learn a lot from it. I think I did unironically learn the most from it. I think I just didn't want to repeat concepts that I learned from other videos. And a lot of it, like, I think a lot of conceptual ideas were pretty similar. It's just the options he was doing were different. So I was kind of just acknowledging the options, but not like the full context behind them. But if you're watching this and not the other ones, then it may not have been as intensive, which I apologize for. But I think honestly, Tomahawk options with Yoshi. Honestly, I know F tilt's way buffed in Ultimate, so Tomahawk F tilt is better. But I could probably try Tomahawk jabbing, Tomahawk egg lays, etc., a bit more. It seems like Yoshi like I don't know, like watching this, like Tomahawk options just seem really strong for Yoshi and Tomahawk egg lays especially. I like some of the ways he uses eggs. I like the way he uses eggs kind of under platforms. Um, like dropping through a platform and then egging seems like surprisingly strong. So I definitely like a lot of stuff to try out. Some stuff might be more Smash 4-esque, like maybe jab's better in Smash 4. I think maybe Yoshi gets better egg height when he's like specifically falling in Smash 4. Maybe I'm wrong. But I did actually learn a lot from that, unironically. I think maybe replace some of those forwarders with, not all of them, some forwarders, there are some advantages to forwarder. I think forwarder hits a little bit further, even in Ultimate. I think in Smash 4, though, it's like his king aerial, but I think in Ultimate, his king aerial is back air. So replace some of those forwarders with back airs. But the way he was like using forwarder to wall out, and it's kind of like an RPS between like a walling forward air, like retreating, which would catch you trying to intercept Yoshi. I think maybe that's even part of where my Yoshi is going wrong. I think I have like good options, but I don't know how to intertwine them correctly. Like I'm not like you could do like the jump in back air or whatever that Yoshi does in Ultimate, but what was I gonna say? You could do that like jump back air, but you have to think about how the opponent would beat it, and then devise your other options to covering the counterplay. And I feel like I haven't done that. I just intertwine between like 5 things at random that I see top Yoshis do, but then I think they don't actually work correctly. I don't know. It's weird. I learned a lot from this VOD, but like a lot of it's like kind of like in my head. But hopefully you guys learned from it too. It was very interesting to see. It's a little unfortunate that Seth doesn't seem to play much Ultimate. Maybe it's because they removed the black skin. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I think I'm going to do my giving Trick advice VOD, and then it will probably be over for my Yoshi journey. It was a fun journey, but I think I need to just direct my focus onto my main character. Maybe I'll still play Yoshi for fun, though.